Yes, guys, we're live and we're here for a Premier League watch along. The biggest game, the biggest derby in English football. Man United, Liverpool. Right? Can Man United avoid another defeat, or are they going to get in hiding? We'll find out.
Premier League champions 2016, Leicester City.
Hope to see you soon. Well done. Bye bye.
Giroud again. Joe Wilson. It's Gerrard. That's a great strike. McCracken getting closer. To the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. Van Persie arriving. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Robin Van Persie!
Yes, guys, we're back. It's another Premier League watch along. I said I'll be back with these, right? And it's so it was supposed to be Man United. It was supposed to be Chelsea Tottenham last week, Ken, but obviously it was not well enough to do so. But tonight we are here, and it's Man United Liverpool Monday Night Football, and we'll see what happens. We've got Liverpool who haven't won a game. They've and they played Fulham. They played Fulham. They've played and I'm forgetting already who they played. That's how bad I am. That's how ill prepared I am, isn't it? I literally forget about it in about 5 seconds flat. Crystal Palace. That's the one, isn't it? Crystal Palace. Darwin Núñez unavailable for this game, losing his head, literally. It's gonna be hard to see though how Man United get out of this one, because 4-0 against Brentford, it was an absolute horror show for Man United. I mean, for me, it was absolutely laughable. Mate, I don't have any sympathy. I don't. I got so much stick last season for being bottom of the league, right? After 3 games, right? And a lot of them were Man United fans, were giving it, right? So, payback's a bitch. It is. It is a bitch. It is a bitch. We'll wait to see how this one plays out. But I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool did another absolute cave-in, another hiding. Big up Static. Hope you're doing well, my friend. You just remind me as well, actually. I said this earlier a couple of streams ago, and I didn't want to mention it again because I told him he was blocked. But this guy, I blocked him. I told him not to come back, and he said he was on this new account came along, and saying that he's not him. Well, apparently he is, and he's blocked. He's posted, you could be a channel member, you can support the channel as much as you want, mate, right? The facts don't lie. I've got evidence of you saying you are him, right? Then, since you're not getting the hint via DMs, right, I'm sorry, but I've got to show you this, and this is why you are blocked, and you are staying blocked, right? Because unlike the guy you went on to that show for, unlike him, I stick to my word. I stick to my word, right? So when I promise someone that when they treat someone that badly, that they're going to be blocked on my channel, they're going to be blocked, right? Simple. It's simple as that, right? Now I'm sorry, I have to do this. I'm sorry, don't like doing this to anyone, but I have to do it.
You got King Tony, you good man?
Yeah, cool, mate, cool.
Yeah? You told me your name is Lewis Potter Super B. So why are you responding to that name?
You got King Tony, you good man?
The name that's blocked. Why are you responding to that name? Saying, yeah, alright, man. Tell me. Right? DM me right now, if you're watching, and tell me how. Explain it. I'd love to know. Love to know. Right? I'd love to know. Right? I don't like doing this to people. Right? But when you're gonna lie and lie and lie and lie, right? I'm sorry. I'm not having it anymore. Right? I stick to my word, and I'm sticking to my word. Right? I told you, unless you proved yourself innocent, you're not coming back. That's it. Right? And you have to cheat to try and come back under a different name. No way, mate. No. 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 Not in your life. I'm not stupid. Right? I'm not stupid. I know that half of Twitter likes to think I am because I'm Arteta out, but I'm not. Simple. Sorry, I had to do that. And if you still don't get the hint, there's another one as well. There's another clip. There you go. Anyway, let's get into it. I don't want to be talking about mugs. Let's get into this game because this is what it's all about. It's about you lot. It's about what you watching, right? Premier League action. Right? Let's all have a laugh. Let's all get the popcorn out. Let's get the sweets out. Let's get the crisps out. Right? Let's go watch. Right? Either. Do you know what? Like, let's see how this one turns out. So, right. So, for Liverpool, I'm going to start with the visiting team. Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right, Gomez, Van Dijk in the middle, Robertson on the left. Then you got the three of Elliott, Henderson, and Milner. Wow. Diaz, Firmino, and Salah on the right. For that, Man United, they are going with David De Gea, Diego Dalot, I believe it, Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, and Lautaro, Lisandro Martinez, sorry, and Malaysia as a left back. Ericsson in the holding role with McTominay again. Elanga, Fernandez, Sancho, Rashford. So he's trying something different here. Maguire's been dropped. Ronaldo's been dropped. So Fred's been dropped. Oh no, sorry. Luke Shaw's been dropped. Fred's been dropped. Ronaldo's been dropped. Harry Maguire's been dropped. So he's had some drastic changes already. Right, not holding back. Right, and I think a lot of Man United fans are going to be happy that Harry Maguire, he's so shit. Harry Maguire, he's on the bench. Right, you never know if Lisandro Martinez gets injured the first 5 minutes. Harry Maguire comes on, I'm going to laugh. It's just like destined in the stars. But like, I won't be laughing because of the injury. Obviously, I'll be laughing that Maguire has to come on the pitch because he's just so shit. Right, so Liverpool have got Fabinho, Adrian, Tsimikas, Carvalho, Clark, Bajic, Ligt, Phillips, Vanderbilt. Do you know what? I've just looked at their bench. If that's it, they ain't got a lot. No wonder people are saying they need to invest, they need to spend in the market. They ain't got a lot there, have it? Their bench don't look very good. Our bench looks stronger on the weekend. I've got to admit, our bench looked just as strong, if not stronger. Right? And we're supposed to have the finished squad of all. Right? Well, because Arteta only plays one squad. There you go. But there you go. I'm not talking about Arteta today. I'm saving you the wrath of me talking about Arteta. But teams are coming out now. As for the game, what's your score? I said 6-0 on my prediction stream, so I've got to stick with that, haven't I said 6-0 to Liverpool. That's it. By the way, if anyone gets it mucked up, that's 6-0 to Liverpool. Not the other way around. Like, I'm not that mad. Like, it would be actually I've just got to bear in mind, I have put on the overlay a 6-0 Liverpool just in case. I had to, just to be on the safe side. Right, this has been impossible to try and predict what the scoreline is going to be. Because we could either have a Liverpool that will just do what he usually does, right, against the Man United that's just shit and absolutely destroy them, or we're gonna have a Man United that's absolutely really good and an underperforming Liverpool. So, but obviously the games managed to go on, peaceful protest that has happened outside the ground. So that's good to hear, because that is always the most effective way to get the point across. Keep it civil, keep it safe, keep it peaceful. Then everyone focuses on why you're doing it. Your message, which is get the Glazers out, so we can so they can get new owners in. So unlike TalkSport and what Simon Jordan and Jim fucking White, whatever he wants to fucking call them, right? No matter what they say, right, which is they want a fucking like money man who just goes like that all the time, pumping money in the club, right? That's not what Man United fans want. If you actually shut up and listen, they're actually wanting their owners out so they can get the board members out. Because if they get the owners out and get new owners in who know what they're doing, right, and actually care about the club, they could bring football people in, right, in place of these board members, and then they spend the money wisely. And then all of a sudden, they start functioning as a football club. You know? That's what they're saying, but like, you think someone like TalkSport would actually pick that up, but clearly not. Clearly not. But it's not the first time that, like, TalkSport, I love to have had a bash at fan channels or fan opinion or anything like that. You know? I think they did it to TV once. But there you go. Right. Honestly, they probably have a go at me because I'm negative. That's probably why. Well, they had a go at AFTV when they were asking for the manager out or how shit the club is or anything like that. Right? They had a go at, before it became this ultra positive under Arteta. They used to keep going about how shit the football club is, and the TalkSport would give them a good bashing over it. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, that's another story. Right, see what's going to happen here. Kickoff's about to start any second now. Any second now. Elliot will get the game going. It's not a bad away shirt they got with Liverpool, to be fair. Go, let's go. Game on, let's go. Shane B, big up. Glazes out. I love your picture, mate. Obviously, what happened with the clock for Munich. What happened in Munich? Right, God rest them. Right, my God, if those Busby babes, if that didn't happen, what they could have done to English football, fuck me. Liverpool would be nowhere near you in terms of title wins. You'd be winning titles all the way to 68. Jesus Christ. Right, I've always said, right, and as it's a free kick caused by Martinez to Liverpool. I've always said, I'd love to see Herbert Chapman and Sir Matt Busby at the peak of their powers going at it, because they are two managers that are ahead of their time. Ahead of their time. Anyway, immediately on this right-hand side, Liverpool, it'll be Trent with the throw, trying to get in behind, and it goes out. What? I swear that was a corner. Maybe not. Oh, sorry, mate. I had to take these. Oh, headed by Van Dijk. Easy collected by Alisson, though. Good pressure by Man United, though. Liverpool keep possession in midfield, but lose it. And it's... Who's in... Is it still David De Gea? It's still David De Gea. Fucking hell, he can't have another poor game like he did last game. Jesus Christ. Everything that could have gone wrong for the David De Gea went wrong. My God. I mean, that save, the first goal, mate, I could have fucking saved that. Jesus Christ. That was so poor. And to be fair, Erik ten Hag's probably sent a big statement dropping Ronaldo for a Liverpool Manchester United derby. Right? Biggest derby in Manchester United's calendar, and they're not playing their legendary star man. Right? A lot of managers wouldn't do that. So it's brave by. Oh, and Man United in here. It should be a shot. Now it's blocked immediately by Van Dijk, kissing their last minute. McTominay comes to on the right hand side. I'm trying to remember the names. Below to Martinez, lumped forward to should be a Lang. Oh, is Alanga on the right now? What's Alanga doing on the right? Oh, he's on the left side. Back to Varane, McTominay, Martinez. So, in Man United enjoying a good bit of possession so far. I think that's what they want as well. They probably just want to get for the first 10 minutes and feel their way into the game. Right? Take some of the sting out of last weekend as well. Because obviously, there's been a lot of talk, a lot of hype over it. Just gonna turn the lights on, actually. Turn the lights on. Oh, and it's played for in between the lines. Milner trying to get on the end of it. He's pushed on the floor. Goes for a goal kick, though. Varane not happy with his defence there. And easily ball poked through. Martinez tried to get was immediately onto Milner straight away though. Was it Martinez? No, it was Varane. Immediately onto it and dealt with it. Oh, Maguire on the bench. What a sight. Big up, mate. My prediction for the game 3-1. 3-1, mate. 3-1. Oh, there's a hat there. It's a free kick to Man United. Taking Rashford legs out there. Rashford trying to get the ball through, and Trent should know better than that. I don't think he really needs to make that sort of challenge, to be fair. Surprised he made that sort of challenge. You expect that better from Trent. It's a good position for Man United. Should be able to get the ball in. Eriksen looks like to be over this. Yeah, I'm doing it by myself tonight, mate. Doing it by myself. Blocked. And it goes for a corner. Plus, also, I can then describe what's going on in the game as well, because sometimes I noticed in the last Arsenal watch-along, we were just talking too much about Arsenal and that and what's going on, just rather than actual focus on the game. And it's what a watch-along, you need to focus really on the game, to be fair. So that's why. So Varane and Martinez will get up for this. Well, Varane at least. See, nah, it's poor. Don't know why they would launch it that far up the pitch. Alisson throws it straight out. And it's a throw-in. Come on. Bruno's struggled to get in the game, to be fair. I've struggled to see Bruno in the game yet. Actually, tried to get on Bruno on the ball there, it didn't work. But still. Oh, that was poor challenge, isn't it? It's a free kick to Liverpool. Right. Now, come on, Delo, that was poor. That was a poor challenge. Way too late. On Diaz. Diaz is awesome. He's a quality player. I love Diaz. And Tom Tuchel will play Aubameyang to his strengths, not a left. Mate, what's done is done. Oh, Bruno, he flicks it through. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, he's hit the post. And it's blocked out for a corner. And Langer's hit the post. Oh, that looked in. Bruno puts the ball through, and Elanga, with all the time in the world, puts the ball off the post. Oh, you've got to take those opportunities when they come against Liverpool, especially Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, because, oh my God, they could be punished for it. Ball in by Ericsson, headed away. Liverpool not quite in their stride yet. Elanga's going to be kicking himself for that one. But look at this, ball poked through, and the gaps between the two defenders was massive, and it left Bruno with a run on, right? And Eric Ten Hag thinking he's got his second goal of the season. Not quite. Oh, De Gea comes out and wins that. He needs a very quiet performance, De Gea. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I didn't have a appointment this afternoon. It's every Thursday. I have one every Thursday. I mean, it's not really an appointment. It's just general infusions. I wanted United to win this. I want United to win this one. To be fair, like if Man United win this, they go 14th with Liverpool 16th. Like some or 15th, somewhere like that. It's mad. The top two clubs in like the bottom six positions. Fuck top six. Let's get fuck calling ourselves a top six club. Let's call ourselves a bottom six club. Something not quite right with Liverpool at the minute. But there you go. Top goal scorers in the last 14 Premier League games: Ronaldo with 9. Bruno 1, Fred 1, Sancho 1, Varane 1, and one goals 1. That's when you run out of goal scorers, isn't it? They put on goals there as well. That just shows how poor Man United have been over the last 14 games. They're low. Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't worry. Yeah. You're bound to be on painkillers after surgery, mate. Trust me. I'm still on them now. So, Liverpool, I think Man United will be kind of probably disappointed they're not 1-0 up in this, to be fair. First 15 minutes. They've weathered the storm of like settling into the game. They've then had 2 good opportunities. I don't think Liverpool's really threatened, really. Milner, Diaz. Oh, it's a good ball. Diaz to Henderson, launches it to Trent, tries to give it to Alexander. No, not there. Liverpool very messy in the final third at the minute. Very messy in the final third. Ball out wide to Salah. Oh, skips one. Through. Oh. Didn't get the final ball. Otherwise, that would have been 1-0, I'm sure of it. That ball got that ball squared, that would have been it, 1-0. Sancho tries to poke the ball through for Langa. No, Rashford, sorry. Pokes through. Ericsson there, no, can't get to it. It'll come back to Martinez. Elanga. Pokes through. Space for a shot. He's got to score. He has! Man United take the lead. Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho with the goal. Jesus Christ. I told you Liverpool were not looking at their very best. And Man United have had the better of the first 15 minutes. And to be honest, 1-0, like, look at this. Look, oh, hey. Milner and Virgil van Dijk. And whoa. Like, fuck me. Like, Milner's not happy. Milner's fucked off. He's not happy. But I told you, like, Man United have had the better of the first half, man. They've had the better of the first half, and I'm like so far, and they deserve that goal. I gotta admit, they do deserve that goal. Big up, Miss Mel. Hope you're doing well. See, Miss Mel turns up and then they score. Come on. Right, now, can Man United capitalise on this? Well, then went my prediction. Allison. Henderson. Will drop points. That would be a shocker, mate. Yeah, it would. Right. It would be. It made me also a little bit nervous because going to Old Trafford. Right, Diaz. Still Firmino. Milner. No. Oh, good ball. Good ball through. Shoots. Wide by Diaz. First sort of decent move by Liverpool there. Look. Cheeky 1-2. Gets himself into space, but shot was always going wide. Shot was always going wide. Give me 2 secs. Hang on. Sorry about that. Sancho, that turn is ridiculous. Yeah, that turn was ridiculous, mate. Just left Milner sliding. Like, sliding down a nice rink, mate. Trust me. It was ridiculous that it just stopped and turned. Just freed up the 2 yards of space you needed just to like put it into an empty corner. Anyway, 20 minutes in, Man United 1, Liverpool 0. Liverpool come forward again. To be fair, Man United seem quite happy to deal with their attacks right now. Liverpool just don't seem that threatening. They actually don't. They're surprising me, man. They really are surprising me. I maybe got it wrong big time. Right. But after the way like Man United played against Brentford, I thought, fuck, like surely, like Liverpool should have it easy here. Right. Something tells me Klopp needs some investment, man. I think they need some investment, mate, because I'm telling you, they ain't gonna get anywhere near Man City for the title this season. It will literally be Man City walking away with it. Right? It will be. Right? I don't want no Arsenal fan Arteta dickheads coming in here saying, no, we're going to compete with them for the league. Bullshit. Right? It's only the start of the season. But anyway, if Salah on the right, stand up, tries to play it into Milner, and it goes up for a goal kick. Milner not happy with Martin is there. Don't know what he was on about. Losing Mane would come back to bite him on the arse. But that's the thing. I thought with Nunes, with Diaz there, I thought it'd be something they can cope with, but it doesn't look like it. It really doesn't. No. It's amazing. You take one player out of the team, you see how much you lose. Especially a player like the class of the actual class of Mane. But like I said, Man United have been able to deal with everything right now. Tell you what, Maguire's going to struggle to get back in this team. I'm telling you. Liverpool, Milner's a poor ball. And it's Elanga down that channel again on the left. Tries to go through two players. It takes out. It is going to be a booking by Mark Kattenberg on the edge of the box for Trent. One too many this time. And Elanga is causing him hella problems on that side. Trent can't deal with him. He can deal with him for pace, but he just can't deal with him defensively. Look. Jeez. They're literally equal on pace. Yeah, I think he did, man. I gotta admit, I think he did. Right. But even then, I thought you think with Diaz, and Nunes, you think it'd be quality, but there you go. Ericsson with the court goal. Whoa! Ericsson tried to sneak that one in, I think. He went for the shot. I swear he went for the shot. That was not an attempt. That was an attempt on goal. That was an attempt on goal. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That is not a cross. That is an attempt on goal. But anyway, corner. It will be Malaysia to take. and it will bounce out for a goal kick. But at the moment, Man United happy to play it the way they are, man. They're happy to play it the way it is at the minute. As it's another foul of Man United. Actually, I might get money in here to help us out a little bit. Just because of the... Right, I will get money in here just to come and help us out a little bit, because as much as I'm trying to do as much streaming as possible for you guys, the long COVID thing is still fucking causing me problems in a minute. Fuck's sake. It really is. It's taking ages to get rid of it. It's getting better, but it's just gets this time of day and I'm not. I want to fall asleep. So I'll get money in here to come and help us out a little bit. Should be alright. It just means I can just relax a little. Probably also is that I don't have any muscle support here, so everything that if I'm like this, everything's on my back, so my back hurts even worse. So it really does like cause me pain at times. But anyway, what would cause me less pain if Liverpool scored? But there you go, Trent. Ball through Henderson. I think Man United are just repeating what we're doing. So it's taking them a derby game to actually wake up and realise they're in the Premier League. That's what it did to us, didn't it? It's what we did, you know. Would you say Marnie was? I wouldn't. Mate, it's hard to tell, man. It's hard to tell. Like this, they've got some trend. They got some ballers in there. Like Salah. Sometimes when he just goes, he's unstoppable. Stephen, I'll be back and forth. Have a good show, man, and look after you. Big up, Static, mate. You can come in and out as much as you want, back and forth. You're in and out as much as you want. You're my boy, always will be, right? Best model on YouTube as well. So if you haven't followed him, go and follow him, right? Go and follow him. Craig is Trent, all looking all over the place. Hell yeah! By the way, if you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button, please. Really would help. Hit the subscribe button as well. That always helps. Right. And if you want to hit the join button from as little as $1.99 a month. All the donation money goes to what the charity at the bottom. It comes down the bottom of the screen. Children's Liver Disease Foundation. So make sure you go and do that right now. Great perks you get with that as well, with each level that you get. Diaz. Corner. Defense working mightily hard on that left side. Diaz is You got to admit, Diaz is trying to get into gaps, like, and trying to find gaps that in the Man United defence, but Man United defence have been resolute at the minute. It is a corner. Virgil van Dijk is be up for this. Rashford on Virgil and Virgil van. Oh, maybe Virgil van Dijk would squash Rashford. I'm sorry, he'd squash him. And that's gone out. Goal kick. Trent's having a mare. He is having a mare, man. Static got more mods than has won trophies. Yeah, he's probably he's cool, man. He's like big up the smell as well. Like you cannot not love Static. Static's cool quality. He's a top guy. Good friend. But still, 31 minutes into this game, still 1-0. Right? And Liverpool still don't look like they've done anything, really. If I was Man United, I'd be sitting comfortable right now. I'd be getting the popcorn out. It looks like we're going to score more than they. It looks like Man United are going to score more than they do. You know? Malaysia is trying to deal with it. Deals with that well, to be fair. Even there to one backwards to make sure he got the space he needed to give the ball to Martinez. And I don't know where that ball was going, but it certainly ain't going to Rashford. He's getting his time up front, so he's getting his time in his preferred position that he wants to be in. So let's see what he does. The last 15 minutes, Liverpool possession 83%, and they've done absolutely fuck all. Absolutely fuck all. They've done nothing, right? And plus, if people want to know why in this weather I'm wearing a fleece jacket, in this weather, it's one of the beauties of having liver disease. 1 minute my temperature's really high, 1 minute it's really low. Right? Trust me, you want to see it on the thermometer, it goes. Jokes. Like, if people don't get that, like, I take the piss out of my own health. That's what I do. Like, if you can't get your head around that, then this ain't the channel for you. This ain't the channel for you. Right. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I mean, I'm supposed to just sit there and moan, which I have done, by the way. But anyway, Liverpool come forward. Well won again by Malaysia. That Malaysia on the right, on the left for Man United has been quality. He's had a really good game so far. He's kept Trent quiet mostly. He's had a really good game so far. I can't lie. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. Hit that share button for us as well if you can. If you can get more people watching, it'd be really, really helpful for me. Hit that subscribe button as well. Hit the join button, as you all know as well. Right. Oh, ball through. It's got to go. It's to Salah. Ball through. Shoots. Henderson blocked. There was no one in the middle for Liverpool. If there was someone in the middle for Liverpool, it would be going. Last season it was Cater in the first 7-8 minutes, and now it's fucking no one. And do you know what? To be honest, it's actually probably more important Man United got the first goal. It's not going to be now one of those like absolutely demolition derbies, which is what I was calling Liverpool Man United game at one point. It was called a Man United demolition derby. Man United get demolitioned. But like the fact that Man United have scored first, it's completely transformed the game. It's meant that Man United are going to be well in this game throughout the whole game. And it's unsettled Liverpool. Liverpool, I think, have probably come in this game thinking they've played Brentford, they've played Brighton, and they've been battered in both. We're going to turn up there and absolutely destroy them. I bet you that's what they were thinking. I bet you they've gone in there thinking we're going to batter them, get the first goal like we've usually done every year. Bang, 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 goal, goal, goal. It hasn't turned out that way, and all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, what do we do? And this is what they're doing right now. What are they doing? Like, I can't have a guy at Harvey Elliott. Like, Harvey Elliott, I mean, fuck's sake, mate. The guy's a kid. They need more if that's all they've got in their midfield, they need strengthening. Big time. Because you can't rely on Harvey Elliott. He's a kid. You can't do it. Right? You can't. Right? And I'm not saying Harvey Elliott is shit. Harvey Elliott's a quality player. He's a quality young player coming through Liverpool's academy into the first team, but he's not ready to rely on him challenging Man City for a title. Right? You need to handle him with care, like Man City done with Foden. Right? Anyway, didn't quite work. Robertson tried to get through from Diaz, but it just ricocheted off him into De Gea's hands. De Gea's distribution 10 times better than it was against Brentford. But then again, it couldn't be any worse, could it? Can't believe Saliba rattled Virgil van Dijk. Saliba, Virgil rattled. How? We ain't played him yet, have we? I must have missed that, mate. I must have missed that one. It might be an Instagram post I missed. I don't know. That Casemiro. Well said, Natstar. Well said, Natstar. Good point, mate. Big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. And Nats, if you want to come on, just shout it out in the chat, man. I'll send you the link. Could do with someone that to like help us for this, to be fair, because I'm struggling a little bit. Like I said. Anyway, Salah down that right hand side again. Oh no, sorry, it's Trent. Salah. It's because I have similar hairstyles, like from this angle. Launches the ball, cross ball to Robertson. That's a great ball. I mean, I love it when they pick a ball up. I'll be honest with it. No worries, man. No worries. Like, don't rush on my account, mate. Like, last thing you should do is we should rush dinner. Last thing you should do is rush it. It just doesn't make you feel good. Right, that's the last thing I want. Trent. Ball through. It's the Salah. Blocked. Like, Man United's defending, it's like the Great Wall of China. It's impenetrable. You're just not getting through this. Like, it's literally Gandalf. It is Gandalf. It is Gandalf, isn't it? You shall not pass. Oh my God! Oh, it's bounced off the night. No, it's no goal. Oh, and it's over the bar. Jesus Christ! Nearly an own goal by Manchester United. Jesus. Plus, if is also if you're free, right? Right, you know I'd love to have a chat with you all the time. Right. Also, if you haven't followed Miss Mel, follow. She never ever asked to like shout out a channel or anything, right? But make sure you do. Look up Miss Mel on YouTube. Sub to her channel, right? Excellent YouTuber. I know she turned Arteta in from Arteta out, so I'm not happy with her. But there you go. It's jokes. But look, she's one of the reasons why my channel's where it is. Like, go and support her. Please do. So coming up to the 45-minute mark. Ball through. It's come to Diaz, and he couldn't get on the end of it. Couldn't get on the end of that. It would be a great ball if he could. And now Man United are down the right-hand side with Sancho. Didn't quite work out. Harvey Elliott, very calm and composed there. That's one thing I have noticed from Harvey Elliott in this game. He's not been rattled too much. He has looked very calm and composed when he has been on the ball, right? Which is impressive for that age, especially in a game like this. I mean, we got Harvey Elliott. I'm supposing he's English. Bukayo Saka, Smith Rowe. Jesus Christ, the talent coming out of England. Jesus. Anyone mentions Ben White and Rob Holding, that they're going to die. then I don't class them as quite God-given talent. Corner. Anyway. I don't know what Man United have been. I'll tell you what, that extra 13.8k on Sunday seems to work. But Jesus Christ, I've never seen a Man United team work this hard since 2 years ago. Mate, 100%. Do you know what? 100%. 100%, mate. Right? I didn't want to say it because I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm always going to say the fridge is better because it makes them look shit. But the £80 million IKEA, like the Leicester City IKEA fridge that they bought, right? He ain't in his team, and trust me, this team looks £80 million better off. That's like Arsenal. They went out and bought Ben White, and we ended up conceding 5 more goals. So we're £50 million better off the season before. We had David Luiz. All he had to beat was David Luiz. You have been past it, for fuck's sake. Oh, it wasn't exactly like prime David Luiz, was it? Jesus Christ. Oh, Diaz is not happy. He's on the floor. Oh, hello. Booking here. Bruno, get out of the ref's ear, man. Do you know what? Even though I don't like it with my players, I don't like the referee. I don't like them getting in the referee's ear like that. Right? That is a booking. You can moan that someone else has done that over the other side of the pitch, right? In the end, you know the rest of shit. Bit A and B. Even if it is a off. It is an off. It is yellow. Sorry, yellow. Hands down. What? Done. Check on the blood. Pain in the arms. It's a pain in the arms. But we're into the 1 minute of added time. Make sure you get your questions in, get your thoughts in, get your comments in. Right. Do you know what? Fuck it, I'll put the link in the chat. If Natstar's still there as well, then the link's in the chat above. Is it true Leicester interested in Pepe? Does that mean they are trying to deal? It could be a swap deal, yeah, it could be. Could be a swap deal, mate. Could be. They do need a player. What are they moaning about the ref about, man? What are you moaning about? You're 1-0 up. Shut the fuck up. Get in the dressing room and get on with it, man. Like, if I was the manager of Man United like that, I'd be literally getting around. Like, I'd be like, sorry, ref. I'm like, Bruno in the ear said, "You're the fucking captain. Right? We're 1-0 up. We're doing well. Stop getting distracted and getting drawn in, right, by this challenge, and shut the fuck up and just fucking do your fucking job. Right? You're doing a great job at the minute, right? Don't fuck it up because you want to pick a fight with the ref, right? Just shut up and do your job, right? Honestly, they don't need to get into it. They don't need to get into a fight with the ref. They don't need to. They're 1-0 up at half time. At half time, they are 1-0 up. They do not need to get into a fight with the ref. That is fact. They don't need to do it. Right? To the fact that, like, you've got fucking you've got who's it? Bruno Fernandes sitting there moaning about the decisions. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's why he's not captain material. If you're a proper captain, I'm sorry, as a proper sorry, I've put that on wrong. Sorry, my bad. I'm deleting the overlays. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Take it easy, yeah? You take it easy, bro. Right. Oh, what's going on in my phone? Jesus Christ. I hate answering my phone when I'm live. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let me know what you're thinking. What were you thinking, people? Because I am shocked by Liverpool's performance, to be fair. Like, I did think they'd get an early goal. I didn't. Do you know what? It's more, to be fair. I'm shocked by Liverpool's display because I do expect better from them, but I just probably haven't. I've been oblivious to probably how bad they've been in the first opening games. But the one I am shocked with is Man United's. Man United's display has been quality. After losing to Brighton, after getting smashed by Brentford, even if they lose this 2-1 tonight, right, or even 3-1, right, I would be sitting there saying, "Thank fuck." Do you know what? Do you know what? Like, that was like we saw. There's something there they can work on. Like, there's something there, right? I'd love to hear what Roy Keane's got to say about it. Go on, mate. Natstar
Oh,
in his bibless shirtless vest, isn't he?
no,
Mate,
I'm kidding. That's too cringe. That's too fucking cringe.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I'm
put
just
them
right.
away, man.
I'm just right.
You're trying to get me cancelled, man.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, I tried to angle my screen better, but like, yeah, it's
no, I
muted
mean
anyway.
you doing that was trying to get me cancelled.
No. I am wearing bottoms. I am wearing bottoms. So before it was like just wearing my vest or whatever. Now I'm wearing my bottoms. I can prove it.
No,
There you go.
mate.
It's bottoms. It's bottoms. They're not my
mate.
briefs. They're not my briefs. Don't worry, mate.
See, look, here's the difference. And this is the people that come on here. People might say I go on about my health too much. Yeah, that's fine. But the whole point of the channel is that we watch football, we make our opinions, we talk about football, but you get to learn about raising awareness about Children's Liver Disease Foundation, learn about liver disease, especially non-alcoholic liver disease as well, which is the most common types. 73%, it's got nothing to do with it. Right? And you get to like also hear like some amazing stories and like battles against it and fundraising towards it. So, for example, right, you'd be sitting there right now, like absolutely boiling hot in your boxes and everything. I'm sitting here. I've got my trousers on. I've got socks. I've got my Arsenal shirt, and I've got a fleece jacket. I've got a fleece like covering over us because like the weight doesn't help because I'm thin anyway. But the main thing is I could be like this throughout the whole night, and then at one point, just even having a cup of tea or something like that, my temperature can go straight up, like, and it would get even higher. Not to a point where I get fever or anything like that. It's just your liver controls the body temperature. So if your liver is performing well, it stays normal and you don't get affected by real severe cold or hot, anything like that. But if your liver's not performing well, right? So say when my liver was failing during my third, I'd have my mates who would sit there in the boiling hot, and I would be sitting there in my jumper. It's 30 degrees, and I'm like that in my jumper, freezing to death. And that's just one of the many things. It's around about 500 different jobs it does.
That's very interesting.
It's one of 500. That's why there's so many types of liver disease, right? And like I said, hardly like 27% of them, around about that many, have got nothing to do with alcoholism at all, right? But and that's the main thing I shed light on is that part of it because you don't hear that much about that part.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. Big up yourself, man, and thanks for educating me because I didn't even know that about the liver because everyone knows about the the George Best situation and You know, there have been other
Yeah, try
examples.
not to use the try not to use the name on the channel.
Oh right, my bad. But what about the other one, Garincha? He was a former Brazilian winger, one of the best technically to ever play for Brazil, but it was like the Pele era. I think he died with something similar, and maybe other complications, because he was kind of living that life as well. You know, that definitely.
Well, it's the thing. The thing is that alcohol. And it's not saying like I have done bets on alcoholism at all, because it's its own disease in its own right.
Yeah.
It is a disease in its own right. But then I've met millions of people that have had a transplant, and they've said I completely regret what I've done, and like I didn't deserve a chance after what I've done to myself, and knowing what people have to go through, and they've not done anything. Like, and they've met people like me, right? I've met, for example, I've met people that are coming up for a transplant, right? And they're both like, I've had one that they're two of them I've met. One of them, they're both waiting for a transplant due to alcoholism, right? Due to their liver eventually failing because of too much, right? But they've meet the threshold, so they're on the list, right? So for one example, there's one guy who's I'm in the wrong. I'm like I really like I realise I'm messed up, and I'm willing to change. And those people, you can tell, you know, if you give a transplant to, they're going to change, because they're admitting to their mistakes. They're taking responsibility for themselves. I just realised I'm on the wrong fucking background as well. So there we are. While I'm doing this, so there you go. But you get the other people that I've met, and they've gone, oh well, I had this problem, I had this problem. Excuse, and they go, well, what's your problem? I was born with liver disease. But it wasn't alcohol. I went, no, I was born with this at 6 weeks old, mate. I lived upstairs for about most of my life. I was in and out like a yo-yo, right? And I've had 6 transplants. So he went, oh. And I went, yeah, so do me a favour. What? Shut the fuck up. Like, because, like, I could quite easily go down your route, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Probably because I had it drilled into me at an early age. You get drilled into you at an early age. You can't do it. You could do it. It's a massive risk. It's a huge risk.
100%.
So it's just not worth the risk. I knew someone actually who had 2 transplants. She got mixed up in the wrong crowd at uni, stopped taking her meds, started drinking and smoking. Within 2 weeks, she was dead.
She or he?
She. In
she,
2 weeks.
Right.
In 2 weeks, she was dead. She was dead in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Liver failure.
That's the thing.
Either dead or nothing they can do with, because it was just immediate bang.
Yeah.
And when it happens, it's too late. Way too late.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you're in that position where even if you really don't want to take your meds, it's a strain, you know. But it's either that or your life is limited. Like that's
for example, and I don't want to go on this too much because obviously we're all talking about this, aren't we?
Yeah.
For example, like this last problem I've had, I can't have any surgery to fix it anymore. I've got no veins to have major surgery to fix the problem. So I'm on palliative care. That's why I could last 2 years. And it's not palliative care means I'm only going to last 6 months, right? Like a cancer patient or something. It could be a palliative care where I could last another 40 fucking years, right? They just don't know, right? But they just can't. It's the only palliative care because they just can't fix it. There's nothing they can do. They can't fix it. They can just only treat the symptoms, which is what they're doing. And it keeps us stable. It keeps us doing what I'm doing. So I get a good quality of life out of it. So, hey, it's a lot worse. But you get to a point where you get so fed up with the treatment. I mean, for example, this bruise has been there for the last month. These bruises, because you're running out of veins, and it's getting harder and harder and harder to get veins. To find, they want me to spend money on vein finders and shit like that, and I'm like, Like they're over £1 a piece. You're gonna fucking pay me to fucking find a rain vine. I ain't got that sort of shit money.
Imagine here's the thing, Stephen. Imagine telling what you just said to a heroin addict who's just constantly like trying to look for that vein, and then.
But here's the thing, right? Is I've been so tempted. Like I know if I wanted to just stop, I could just stop taking meds. If I wanted to just give in, I just could stop taking it. It is not a way to go. You're probably better off jumping off a cliff or putting a gun to your head. Right? It's not a nice way to go. Liver rejection and failure is not a nice way to go. Trust me. But it's not something I wish on my worst enemies. And trust me, I've had some people in here that have tried to put me through the fucking dirt and be my worst enemies, and I wouldn't even lie on them how much they've hurt me, because it's not nice. It's horrible. And
yeah.
But in the end, like it's like, well, I've had all these transplants. It'd be a fucking waste if I just decided to just pack it in. Like, and I said to myself, I'm going when I fucking feel like it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. I'll go when I want.
Yeah, like when it comes to these trolls, all I say on that, like, because I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but I'm just like doing my music, you know, just got a lot of shit to sort out. But I'm not complaining. I'm just getting through life. Obviously, I don't.
All I'm saying is that you do, if you do it, just beware you get like loads of shit. Like,
I'm not even bothered about that. That's the last thing on my mind, Stephen. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very thick-skinned, a little bit like Lee Gunner. I'm very thick-skinned.
That's the thing, because when I first started this, and when like it's only like recently, like the last year or so, is that I finally started seeing like what that is. And it's probably like the first time I experienced it. And when it first happened, and someone actively, and the game's just kicked back off. So we are gonna come back to the football in a minute.
Yeah,
come back to the football in a sec. But like I said, a bunch of guys on a channel who used to work with me on my channel made their own channel, right? But because I was a guy that was bringing on who had hosted a show where a guy came on and was racist to another guy on his show. He wasn't racist. He just hosted the show, right? But because I let the host back on, he hadn't done nothing wrong. Right? They tried to destroy me as a racist, saying I'm a racist. That's what they tried to do, and destroy my reputation at the same time. And at the time, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like,
when it comes to anything like that, I'm a firm believer in like innocent until like proven guilty. Like you got to show me the facts. Don't just do hearsay, because I'm very consistent, and it really.
That's what I've said to him. I've said to anyone that's come up with that shit, anyone that still talks about that shit to me on my chat, I just block. Like, first of all, I block them, right? And whilst they're watching, I'll say to them, go fucking watch every single video and find this where I find a racist comment.
There's always people that are looking.
Not whether I let someone on, not whether I've let a guest on or anything like that. Just where I've come out and said something that's racist to you or Stati or Saeed. They tried to get Saeed, who's one of my, like, you know, King Saeed, he's one of my best bros. Yeah, they behind my back, they tried to turn him against me, saying I'm a racist, and then he went, fuck off. They basically told me to fuck off.
The bigger you get, like, the more known you're going to be, like, you know, you've been on League.
Do you know what they did it for? They did it for 16 subs. And now all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, apparently he's so busy with work he can't do his channel.
Do you know what this shows, though, Stephen? Do you know what this shows? It clearly shows that no matter if you start with 1 subscriber, no subscribers, you're on 1,000, you're on 10,000, there's always someone watching. There's always someone that's going to try and take you down. In this day and age, there are so many actual losers. Here's the thing. Like, I used to, I'm going to tell you something that I probably haven't told anyone, not even probably Lee Gunner, even like personally.
By the way, it's a free kick on the edge of the
box. Oh, yeah, I've got it on the screen. I know you saw a free It didn't. Hopefully, it didn't have the Sky.
No,
Sports.
it didn't. No, it didn't have it. It didn't have
Okay,
anything
yeah,
on
it
it,
should
so
be fine. No, because I tried to adjust it, but it was
yeah, it's
muted.
literally a tiny corner, mate. You wouldn't get blocked.
Yeah. No, because I always try and adjust it because I know if I'm playing that in the background, then
It won't get blocked for that. Trust me.
yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, like I was picked on like when I was at school and all of that. So when it comes to sort of like mental health, depression, I've been there. I know someone
Trent,
very close to me. Oh yeah, I see it.
Shot blocked. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. I know someone very close to me that family members took their own life. So
Shit.
and I've been close myself as well. So anything on that level, no one can really talk to me unless it's happened to them or they know someone very close to them that's happened to them, and you can't play with that shit, man. I take that shit very personally. Like I used to take everything like seriously, and I've kind of like a bit more balanced, like take everything with a pinch of salt. But
that is,
I ultimately don't take no shit. Doesn't mean I'll reply to all of your comments. Doesn't mean that I'm just going to send you a message every time I'm about to block you, whatever. I don't have the time or energy to waste on these motherfuckers because they're all bums anyway. But real life experiences will harden, will thicken your skin. And the problem is with these people, they ain't been through nothing. They get that shit later in life when they're old, if they get old. And I'm not even trying to diss, but too many people either never get it until like right at the very end when they're on the hospital bed, blah, 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 and they've got very little people around them, or if anyone around them, or like they get it like in later life, like whether it's like 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
And then miserable. Not just the women, the men as well. Like both of them in their own way, different ways, similar ways, as bad as each other. And I just can't stand that shit.
The one thing I say is like when people like, I've always taken racism, discrimination personally, right? And it's people say why personally you're white, but and I'll tell you for why, right? I can't imagine racism on anyone's on like that you've probably experienced or stuff or anyone else has experienced in there. Like I can't ever imagine it. Like not what the Saka got or anything like that. Can't imagine that sort of abuse. Can't imagine it.
Yeah.
Then I've been discriminated for my disabilities. I've also been, but and on top of that, when I was in year 6, right, it was only primary school, but I was in year 6. My liver was failing, and my skin, because my liver's failing, I went jaundice, so my skin was turning more yellow and yellow and yellow and yellow. And they took the piss that the fact that I looked like the yellow paint on the wall. They took the piss that my skin colour.
That's what they say about Asian people. Those people that like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They took the piss. They took the piss out. I was as bad as yellow as that shirt behind me. Even worse than that. Probably turning dark brown. Like that's how bad it is. And they were taking the piss out of it.
Yeah. It's a cool world we live in, man. But
though they knew what I was being. Though the teachers have already told them what I'm about to go through. And yet those same people, were then also sending me shit from every year. Everyone in the school knew about what was going on because people like kids from reception year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all had their little bit to do in a big book for the 2 teachers to take to the hospital to then read. Gave me the fucking shock of my life when I saw my 2 teachers at my bedside. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? I got out of hospital. Like, what the fuck? I woke up, I heard them 2, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, they went, yeah, couldn't get away from us, could you, Steve? Fuck. No, I ain't done my homework. I ain't doing no homework.
If I was in your position or in a hospital bed for whatever reason,
he's through. Rashford. It's 2. It's 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Also, with Saka, he wasn't the only one that was getting a lot of shit. It was Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho, for me, is technically gifted. So he needs a lot of respect on his name because he's been getting a lot of shit. A lot of it more wrongly than rightly, either way, off the pitch as well as on it, or for his performances on the pitch as well as, you know, what people think of him off it. But then, like with Rashford, I don't rate him as a footballer. I'm not going to lie. But at the end of the day,
hang on. Is it off? Whoa, hang on.
Oh.
Hold on. Is it offside? Is it offside? How are you supposed to see it that fucking angle?
Straighten it. You got to straighten it. Why is it always at an angle?
Why is it always at an angle? You can't.
And he's onside anyway.
Hang on a minute. No, man, hang on a minute. I saw the fucking toenail of that, right? Off. Yeah? I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. I just want to make this very point. His toenail there was literally just on the line, maybe a little over. Yeah? Well, I saw a previous decision. I think Jesus' goal, yeah, was exactly the same.
Oh, the one against Bournemouth.
Yeah, the goal against Bournemouth that Jesus scored was literally a toenail. It was a toenail.
It's always marginal.
They've got their decision. We didn't.
VAR is ridiculous. Like, I never wanted VAR in the first place. The only thing
it's ridiculous when you don't straighten it up.
But either way, whether you do or you don't, in my mind, it's or.
Yeah, but even then you can't see. Yeah, but how can you see if his arm's offside? Because you're counting the arm and the shoulder and the head, right? So how can you tell if his arm or his elbow's out? If you're at that angle, that's why it needs to be straight. You need to have a permanent camera where it's straight. You can't fucking do it at that angle.
Because if they do it straight, then it exposes VAR for how. Surely there's a way of doing it where as soon as they get to an opposition half, there's a camera that follows the line, the defensive line. But
right?
Even then, it's not really going to do that much. They'll still get it wrong because ultimately, the human being makes the decision. Exactly. I prefer the old school rule. I prefer the old school rule. Yeah. Hang on. I prefer the old school when it was just like
But they said last season. Hang on, last season they said they thickened the line to address that. Or Man United it's a save by Alisson. But they said last season they created an extra line or made the line thicker to adjust to that, so it gives advantage more to the attacker. But now all of a sudden the line's disappeared. It doesn't look like that or like that frigging because now all the really thin decisions have been getting given on or off now. But last season, last season, both him and Jesus' goal would have counted, yeah, because the line was thicker. Now all of a sudden it's not. Right? What I'm saying is that VAR. I've always said VAR is brilliant. Right? If you've got actual people knowing how it runs. The reason why FIFA are good at doing it, and also the Champions League are good at doing it, is because their refs are better. They're not 100%, but they're 10 times better than ours. Right?
Oh, I agree with that. Our refs are the worst refs on the planet.
The reason our VAR is shit is because our refs are shit. Simple as that. It is as simple as that.
But I never wanted VAR in the first place. That's what I'm saying. I never wanted VAR because I knew it was going to kill the game. The only technology the football needed was goal line technology.
Harvey Elliott sliding it in.
Remember the a bit more to the left. Remember Frank Lampard against Germany in South Africa 2010. Clearly over the line. But
it doesn't need. But it doesn't need.
Years. Concrete is over the line.
That's concrete. That's concrete. That's concrete.
Whereas VAR, it's not like that.
See, Fabinho's not. Why hasn't Fabinho started?
He definitely should have started. I mean,
Fabinho should have been started this game, man.
Yeah, Klopp's fucked it. He's
what is Klopp? I don't know why Harvey Elliott. No, I don't think actually.
Craig is spot on.
Yeah, to be fair, I already said I thought even with Luis Diaz and Nunes, I thought surely with the way Luis Diaz was playing towards the end of the last season, right, and Nunes coming in, I thought they surely couldn't miss him. Surely they've covered it, but it doesn't look like it at all. But when looking at that central midfield, if they've got that as our midfield, and they've only got Fabinho and a couple of others off the bench, then he needs some strengthening in the midfield because their midfield control is shit. Their midfield control is shit than last year's, right? And like it's like I said, they're bringing Fabinho on. Why hasn't he started like Henderson, Milner, Fabinho? Right? Maybe it's a bit more defensive. That is probably why. But Harvey Elliott, I don't think even Harvey Elliott's had a terrible game. To be fair, yeah, he's getting replaced. No, is he not? No, he's not. Henderson's off.
I don't think Milner's been that good. To be honest, neither is.
No, I think no. I think no, mate. I think to be fair, I think Milner's had more of an influence on this game than Henderson has.
But
Henderson's been poor.
But in my eyes, you could have taken either of them off. Like
Henderson has been poor. Milner's actually tried to create chances and affect the game. Like, and has actually tried to do more of his defensive duties than Henderson has. Henderson struggled this game. I have to admit.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's been great, but yeah.
But to be fair, the one person I'm impressed with, Harvey Elliott, at his age, to be able to be thrown into a game like this, like, which is a bit naive by Klopp, to be fair. But if that's all he's got as a bench and all he's got is in midfield, what's he supposed to do? He needs more midfielders. He needs more midfielders. It's not. I don't think it's Mane. It's the problem. They've got Luis Diaz on the left. They've got Son on the right. They've got Firmino in the middle.
Darwin Nunes, they never should ball. He's not worth
No. But even then, no. But even then, right? What they need is someone in their midfield because they've got no control. They've had no control of this game. Man United have been able to win the ball back most of the time, right? Either in their own half. Oh, I love that. Luis Diaz
is that? Oh no, it's Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz.
What did I say, Jaden said? That is
to be fair, like, I mean, I rate him. He's such a baller for me. But like,
he's a good player.
I will just say is that throughout this game, Man United have had more control with this midfield, right? But Liverpool have had all the possession, but they haven't had the midfield to affect the game. They haven't had the midfield to create the opportunities.
But then
whereas Man United have had less ball possession, but they've looked like to have better control of this game in their midfield because as soon as they get the ball, they're direct, they're straight at it, bang.
It's clinical. It's clinical. That's all it is. That's all it is, and it's concrete. And like I was saying before, in this game, bloody hell! In this game, you know, if you took VAR out of this game and you just had goal line technology, this game would be, I would say, at least be a level above what it is right now. Not that it's a boring game. It's not a boring game, but at the end of the day,
it's not like it's not like. Do you know what I'm saying?
But hang on. Listen,
it's not a man. But it's the. Do you know what?
It's concrete evidence. It's concrete evidence. Did the ball go over the line or did it not? With VAR, they switched the angle. It's with a toenail. Whereas before, if you were level as a striker, but like your arm or your wait,
hang on, go through again.
Oh, yeah, Martial came on.
Oh, jeez, Martial's come on as well.
More in the middle.
Right. But look. The thing. The one thing I say for me is that I don't think this game's been really much of a derby. To be fair, these are supposed to be fiery encounters, man. It doesn't feel very fiery. It doesn't.
Not as much.
I also think. I said this earlier in the stream, and I do feel I'm right on this. I think Liverpool have gone into this game thinking, all right, we may have had 2 draws, but we're playing Man United who've just been battered by Brighton. They've been battered by Brentford, right? And they've been outrun by Brentford by 13.8 kilometres. We should be able to turn up there and get the first goal. And once we get the first goal, we'll be cruising. That's what I thought. And that's probably why maybe Klopp's gone a bit naive in his lineup. Right? because for me, it looks like they've been a bit arrogant, right? But just by looking at Man United's performances, like they've thought they can go there and get an easy win. Which I don't blame them, because I thought they would. Even despite their 2 draws, I thought, fuck, that surely this is Liverpool game. Surely, the way Man United were playing, Man United were playing, I thought no, there was no way they were going to stop this. But fuck
Something
me.
needs to come off. He has been poor. But on the Jurgen Klopp, like the whole arrogance thing, you make a great point, because remember when Jurgen Klopp was at Dortmund, like last season before he got potted, mutual consent, whatever.
Without the
like
fridge.
Dortmund were like the bottom of the table.
No, they're not. No, they're shitting without the. They're shitting without the fridge. They're shitting without the fridge. They need the IKEA fridge. They need the Leicester City 80 million for IKEA fridge. Trust me. Like, no. Like, bring back Harry Maguire.
Back to what I was saying about like Jurgen Klopp. Like, I see the patterns again when he was at Dortmund at the very end. He's running out of ideas. But they're like the players. They can't seem to get up for it. They don't have that same drive. They're struggling. And without Thiago in that midfield, they're fucked. Naby Keita's pretty much out.
Keita's like glass, mate. He's worse than glass. He's like a little. He's like that tiny little twig. Like Peter's. Like you go in a cornfield and you pick up a straw from a cornfield and you just break it like that. He's like that. As soon as you touch it, it breaks. Same as like oh, they're through. Surely, no, it's too high. Robertson, and he's offside. But look, it's like I also got to say with and this is probably another thing. I think a lot of also Man United, Liverpool fans will also. Yeah, that's just off. But like I would also say with Liverpool fans is that they will be probably also blaming Nunez as well. That the fact that Nunez decided to do some stupid madness, like because Nunez could have had an effect on this game. Like I don't think,
but
if Man United, but I also think if Man United, but with the way Man United were playing, if they had Nunez up there as well, I do think they would struggle to keep him quiet. They would struggle, because don't forget, this is a brand new defensive pairing. I don't think this whole defensive back four, I think, has only just started playing. This is their thing. I think their first game. Malaysia, Martinez, Malaysia on the on the left back role. You've got Martinez and Varane in the middle, and you've got Delo on the right. So I think that's a brand new lineup right at the back, and it's proving like to work. You can't really blame them.
I'd say it's more the Casemiro effect and the fact that in the end, like the whole thing, like Man United are gonna look better. So when we come up against them in a few weeks' time, if we get a draw at their gaff right now, and Casemiro will be playing, it will actually look like a good result. Obviously,
mate.
Twisted, but we can't expect Slabhead and big boy Luke Shaw, who loves his KFC a bit too much, to be starting, because that ain't gonna happen. Like, he'll just play the same team.
Mate, he'll leave Luke Shaw on us. He'll leave Luke. The only thing Shaw will be sure of is that he'll be sitting on the sidelines eating a fucking McDonald's, eating a McDonald's Happy Meal after he gets a McDonald's reward.
No.
McDonald's app.
The Happy Meal won't be enough for him. It's Big Mac settings.
Big Mac.
It's not on that same menu. It's not on that same menu.
Wait. It's a big. No. It's not even a Big Mac settings. It's a Big Mac and 6 McNugget meal. It's a Big Mac and 6 McNugget meal. On the sidelines whilst That's what he's going to be doing. I'm telling you.
Large
Because Malaysia,
prize,
that Malaysia has been
It's-
absolutely quality.
Yeah, he's
He's been
done very
quality.
well. Yeah, he's done very well. He's a young kid as well. I don't know if he came from the youth, but yeah, he's done very well. Like United have pressed, like I see them pressing now. Liverpool, it's very simple. They've run out of ideas, and the fact that they're not getting service and the ball to Firmino when Salah's had the ball, he ain't come anywhere near enough. Luis Diaz,
Firmino,
yeah,
I've hardly heard Firmino in this game. I've hardly heard him.
Because their midfield is not good enough. Without Thiago,
they need someone else. They've let go. Look, think of it. They've let go of Ronaldo 2 seasons ago. By the way, which I still think we should have got on the free. By the way.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
I would have got him and one more midfielder. To be fair, but like that's actually someone you can learn off. But anyway, Ronaldo, and even if people disagree with that, get him on our loan for 6 months for fuck's sake, right? You know what I mean? But like, if I keep saying if we did that, we'd be top 4. But there you go. But look, that's last season. That's in the past. What I will say is that this game is what it's shown to me is that they've let go of Wijnaldum 2 years ago. They didn't let go of who did they let go of? They let go of Keita for this season, right?
Mane.
And they have Mane as well. But I'm talking about midfield really because I think it's midfield as well the problem because they're the mid. I think if you put Mane in this team, they still struggle because the lack of creativity in the midfield. They haven't got something creative. And the only fit that they put Harvey Elliott in the game because they've got Henderson and Milner who are not creative players. They're more defensive, right? So because of that, they're having to play Harvey Elliott as they're trying to. And to be fair, Harvey Elliott's done a good job, but he's not that ready to be having that sort of responsibility to be able to create all the opportunities for Liverpool, right? And that's the thing is there's just because of that they've got no one else to create opportunities, and that's now why they're now light because they haven't got Keita and they haven't got Ronaldo to do the same thing. So they need strengthening that midfield. If I'm Liverpool right now, if they want to win this title now in this season, right, and this is before you get the likes of Tottenham and Chelsea closing in on him, or even Arsenal maybe closing in on him, if that's a big if by the way, right, we actually get top 4 next season, right, for next season, then they're gonna have to spend big, like now, in midfielders to solve this problem because they've got a midfielder problem right now.
But they won't
do that.
But they won't do that.
FSG won't do. No, we know that. FSG did. Do you remember the defender? Hang on. You remember the defensive? I'll just say this though. Do you remember the defender crisis they had back in not last season, the season before, right before the Super League came out, right? And they didn't. But they said in January they weren't going to buy anyone. We're all right. And it weren't until like they literally the last day of the window they then realised we ain't going to get top 4 unless we buy someone, and that's why they got to Tsimikas and these two. And Liverpool fans said we knew about this all along. No, mate, you knew about this at the last fucking day, like in the last minute. You did it at the last minute. So we know FSG. They will not do it unless they are literally pressured by the fans in the last minute to get a big money signing in the midfield. If they are to do it,
yeah, but that's the thing. Here's the thing. This is what I want to say right now. Like with Liverpool and with FSG especially, I think personally that Klopp and FSG, along with the recruitment, I think the relationship is a little bit torn. But it's going to get worse because as much as we don't rate Arteta, we still want him out the door because ultimately, I personally believe, even though we've started perfectly, even better than Man City at the moment, it's not going to last. We are going to lose games. We are going to drop points either way. But the way Liverpool have been running, they've been running better without spending that money. But now they're at a point where they have to spend money. We've spent 400 mil. Arteta has spent 400 mil. Man United have just bought Casemiro, which has clearly lifted Man United. And when he plays against us in a few weeks' time, it's going to show.
I tell you what as well. I tell you what, if that's the point, then you could possibly see Klopp not standing for it anymore if he doesn't get the backing he deserves, and then just walk. If he does walk, then please, for fuck's sake, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, Arteta. I don't care if he's top 4, unless he's competing for us for a league. Like, even if he's, to be honest, even if he's competing for a league, and you said you had the chance to get Klopp in the door, I will like yes, because. With the 400 mil that we've already spent on this manager, if we give that sort of money to fucking Klopp, right, what he's been able to do at Liverpool with hardly anything, and we'll win one, trust me, because he's spent less. He has spent less than Arteta has, right, and he's won a Premier League title and a Champions League title with it, right. That's how good he's been, right. So if that's the case, then right, and that's over a period of 6-7 years, right. Bring him in. I don't care if we're competing for a title at that stage. Bring him in, because that will definitely then put you at the level that you can go toe-to-toe with Man City. Right? At least with Arsenal at the minute, if we do become good enough to compete for the league, I don't think that Arteta can handle a tactical battle against Pep. No way. Hell no. No, hell no. So,
no.
That's what I'm saying.
And even Ten Hag, he's not a better manager than Ten Hag. Let's be real. And now that they've got Casemiro, and they'll probably get a few others, maybe Anthony or whatever else.
And do you know why this relationship though? You know why this relationship with Liverpool's come about? I bet you it started when he didn't get the backing in January. All the way through that month, not last season, the season before, when Man United finished, I think, second, wasn't it? But then they just about got top 4. Right, they were literally sitting there in January, losing game after game, and Klopp was sitting there saying, "I've got all these injuries. What am I supposed to do? Van Dijk's out. This is out. This is out. This is out. What am I supposed to do? I need defenders. I need backing." Right, and because he didn't get the backing, and it weren't until the fans got on top of the owners and started demanding it from the owners, right, that they then at the last minute got the signings they wanted, right. And the reason because they wanted to maximise their profit and trying to get into the Super League, which in the end never happened. But because of that, right, and to be honest, if they did get the Super League, and like that means that spending of whatever on defenders was not worth it at all, because they would have still been in Champions League or Super League anyway. But that's another story. But Klopp, I don't think, has probably even forgiven the recruitment and FSG for leaving him in the lurch, right, and having him to fight like hell to get to top 4 by the end of that season, because they had to fight every single game just to scrape top 4 on the last day, right? Because at that time they did look like they were getting anywhere near it, because they just weren't consistent enough, right? We started looking more consistent than they did in the second half of the season, which shows how poor, and look how poor we were that season. So it shows.
Was this last season?
I think, the season before, where the Man United finished second. So right. And they just about scraped top 4, which for me, that's why Liverpool have had this. I think Klopp and Liverpool, the owners at Liverpool and Klopp have had this. I've had this disagreement, and like it's shone through into now. I bet you Klopp is sitting there thinking, "I need signings," and he knows he's not going to get them. He knows he's not going to get them. He knows it. But anyway, I've got to go to these questions. Question: will this Man United result make them kickstart this season, or is it? Liverpool have been poor. They have been poor. But it will do both. But it will. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to, because it did for us. Right? We did a 1-0 against Burnley, a 1-0 against Norwich. That's not really uplifting performances, though, was it? Like, but once we beaten Tottenham, which was a convincing win, right, and display, against a Tottenham side. Let's be honest, that Tottenham side was poor. I'm not going to take it away from Arsenal's performance because it was quality that day.
Nuno was managing as well at the time. You remember?
Yeah, Nuno. Yeah, I do. Right, I do know that as well. But like, what I'm saying is that with like, yeah, like that kick-started our season because then we started scoring more goals. We started getting better wins and better performances out of our squad and out of our side following that result, right? Whereas before we were just scraping 1-0 wins and just about scraping 2-3 point games, right? With a 1-0 win. Whereas now, after the Tottenham game, we were having good spells in games and actually good performances in games, which then kicked us on to try and challenge the top four in the end. But yeah, good question, that one. Good question. Another question: which Premier League manager will get sacked first? In my opinion, it will be Fat Frank.
I agree, 100%.
Frank, I think it'd be. I think it'd be Brendan Rodgers. To be fair.
Of Leicester. Damn.
Yeah. Do you know,
I think Brendan Rodgers will
probably
get sacked, but not first. Maybe second.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what? I think if Everton carry on the way they are, even though the signings they've made, yes, okay, I agree with you. But I do think they will get some wins and it will keep them in the job because of it. But Ranieri, remember what Leicester did with Ranieri? He won them the league and all of a sudden it fell apart. And I've said this with Brendan Rodgers, right? His peak with Leicester was winning the FA Cup, right? And constantly last 2 seasons before that, challenging for top four. Right? After the season afterwards, they had so many injuries. So I thought, okay, there's injuries, right? They'll be better this season, right? They've had all their players back and they're still playing as shit as they were last season, probably even worse. Like they're 2-0 up against Brentford and they concede 2 goals. Like they lose 2. They were 1-0 up against Southampton. They lose 2-1. Right? I'm sorry. Like that is not good enough. Right? With that squad they've got, right? Even with Fofana on the bench and Maddison with his head somewhere else, Tielemans with his head somewhere else, and Vardy only just signed an extension. I'm sorry, that team is still good enough to beat a Southampton side that's tipped to go down. Right? Let's be honest, that team's expected to go down by Hasenhuttl, and yet he's managing to beat a Leicester side that 2 seasons ago were getting top 4 and winning the Champions League, but just about missing out on top 4 and getting Champions League, and we're just about missing top 4 and getting the FA Cup win. Yeah, you see what I mean? So, like for me, his peak was like that FA Cup, and like it's the same with Liverpool. When he was at Liverpool, it was the same. He had that peak of getting to the title with Liverpool, unfortunately with Stevie G, and then after that, it fell apart. And it's the same.
But they should have won that league.
Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! It's a goal for Salah. It's a goal for Salah, man. Like, Bruno, what is Bruno doing? Just get the ball, man. Just give the frigging ball.
This is shithousery.
I'm sorry,
See, there you go. Now, this is a derby game right now that's signed to...
Yeah.
See, I got the scoreline right, but I got the wrong team. So I got the scoreline right, but I got the wrong team.
It ain't over yet, mate.
No, it's not over. But, yeah, Salah's done fuck all in the game and now he scores.
Elliot blocked, and then Salah gets the rebound.
Yeah.
Who came up with the original shot? It was
Carvalho.
It looked like Carvalho, the substitute with the shot. Yeah. That was one that De Gea couldn't do anything about this time.
I think the second one...
if Man United... Oh, mate, if Man United can't hold on, oh, my shit. Like, please don't hold on. Please. Like,
Bruno Fernandes needs to come off. He needs to come off.
Yeah. If they concede 2 goals, Man United, I'm gonna piss myself laughing.
I don't think it will happen. I think the most Liverpool will get is another goal.
Nah, I
They've
think they'll
been
get another
poor
goal.
today. So even with that goal, Salah's been poor today. Let's be real.
Oh, mate, yeah, absolutely.
Let's keep it all
It's
the
like
way
I,
James Brown.
but it's like I said. It's like I said with Brendan. That was why. That's why I feel Brendan will be dropped, because like he's had his peak, and Leicester will realise that, and they'll realise we can't keep dropping performances and also lose our best players at the same bit. So we need to get him gone now. So I think Leicester will go.
Well, that's a fair point.
Brendan will not be manager of Leicester by the end of this season.
I don't think you mentioned Southampton earlier. I never tipped Southampton to go down. Southampton, I think, will stay up.
Sorry, there is a lot of fans. There are a lot of Leicester fans are also starting to say it on social media as well. Right? Yeah. They're starting to say it, that Brendan, I'm sorry, your time's up.
I think he'll go. I think he'll get potted. I just have a feeling that he will last just that bit longer.
Yeah.
They'll get some results. They'll get the players out. They'll replace them, but they'll not be good enough to get them to where they want to be. Good enough to get them a few results.
Corner.
Yeah, corner.
Malaysia now having
Malaysia has done brilliant. I tell you what,
Malaysia
for a youngster.
Oh, was it again? Sorry, what's his name?
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
He's been absolutely brilliant.
Another substitution by
Timikas, and then you got CR37. He's going to be 38 next year.
CR37.
Yeah, because he's 37 at the moment. He'll be 38 next year.
No.
Trying to secure it.
No, I'm calling him. Oh no! Do you know what's going to secure it? A fucking De Gea flop. That's what it's going to cause it. I'm telling you. I'm calling him.
I'm saying if Man United wins,
mate, it's not CR37. You got it wrong. Netstar, you got it wrong. It's not CR37. It's CR67. He's got his bus pass.
Oh Jesus Christ! That's that OAP fucking
Old age pensioner, man. Free bus pass, man, in Manchester. He's probably a citizen of Manchester, so he's probably got a freedom, like the whole.
Yeah, he'll be a citizen for a month.
But then, to be fair, if he got a taxi, if he got a cab in fucking Manchester, all the they're like, even a Man City fan will just go, yeah, where you going? I'll take you there for free. It's Ronaldo, man. It's Ronaldo. Like, even if I was Man City, like a Man City, Donny van der Bench is on. Right, the bench warmer's on. Oh, Ericsson's had a good game today.
Wan-Bissaka's coming on. That's a bit of a weird one. I think Dalot's been brilliant. And he hasn't shown any.
I think it's probably just to have. No, I know why he's done that. Fresh legs.
I don't think he's that tired, but he is on the yellow, I think. I think he's on the yellow.
I think he is on the yellow, actually.
That might be it. I don't think it's an issue of freshness. I think it's more that he's on the yellow. Last stages of the game.
Yeah, Delo was on the yellow. Varane's on the yellow, right? And plus also, I do think it is fresh legs as well. I do feel that because they are starting to threaten down the wings, Liverpool. So he probably wanted a bit of fresh legs in there just to help shore up that the right and the left hand side. But then that's the thing. I think Malaysia has had a good game, so I think I wouldn't be surprised if Malaysia. No, they've used all 5 substitutes, so he can't come on. So Luke Shaw's not going to get a runabout and work off his KFC or his Nando's peri chicken.
He won't come in on anyway.
He's getting a Nando's peri chicken wrap, like double chicken wrap. You know what I mean?
He's getting a whole chicken. You do realise you can get whole chickens at Nando's. You know, forget the half chicken, forget the quarter chicken. He's getting the whole chicken with peri chips, no coleslaw salad.
Come on, United! Big up Shane B. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I've got to put the link in the chat, mate. Shane, if you want to come on, you're more than welcome to. Anyone who wants to come on and have their say, you can do. Right? And by like I said before, I love the logo. The time for the 58 Busby Babes. like, rest in peace, all of them. I do feel like, to be fair, if that never happened, we would have won probably the World Cup in '62.
66. Brazil won it in
Yeah,
62.
we would have won it in '62. I think with Duncan Edwards and all that in there.
Oh,
I think
62.
we would have.
But over Brazil and that.
Yeah, if we didn't have what happened to the Busby Babes, I do feel that would have happened. I do think we would have done it.
We'll never know.
Maybe even 1970 as well. Because don't forget, they were only 18 at the time, so there would have been 30 by the time of 1970.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Definitely would have been competing with Pele and all that. Shame.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know what? I've always said this, and I said this at the start of the stream. I would love to have seen Herbert Chapman ahead of his time, who was ahead of his time, and Matt Busby at the head of his time, at the peak of their powers with their sides playing against each other. But I'd love to see how both managers were playing, who would win, because they're probably one of the two best managers in English football history. Right? And what pisses me off of Arsenal fans, no one even fucking knows who Herbert Chapman is. Some people don't even know who he is. Right? Really pisses me off. For example, as well, is that with how do I put this? It's not like with Man United with the Busby Babes and that, but and also Bill Shankly with Bob Paisley with Liverpool. Like, they were legends already, but you could tell. But Arsenal fans, for some reason, don't know Herbert Chapman. It's disgusting. I will be doing another historical. I will be doing another historical Gunner show, by the way.
Okay, cool.
We will. Yeah. I had some advice from the first episode. I know there were a lot of bits that were a lot of missed out, and that tried to do the best I can with the website, but it turns out the website is shit. Arsenal website is shit. So I will use, because I'm used to using official websites, not Wikipedia, because of my university days.
Well, Wikipedia's not really that much reliable anyway, because anyone with an account that has a link can.
Yeah, but if you don't know much anyway, that's the only thing you can really go on. And they do tell it more detail than Arsenal.
Trust me, Stephen. There are other websites.
I know, but they tell it more detail. But they tell it more detail than what Arsenal do. Oh, and Man United threw in again, and it's blocked. That would have wrapped it. That would have been a wrap.
37 had his chance, and he skied it.
Yeah, skied it, mate. Absolutely skied it.
It's finished at this level.
Elliot, man, just run it off, man. You ain't got time.
Yeah, like what I was about to say earlier. It's like the club doesn't educate the fan base. Yeah. That's the dumbest fan base in world sport. Never mind world football.
Some United fans. Oh, that's disgraceful, man. That's an insult to his memory.
Even I've heard of him. I've the name.
I know David Pegg, Bobby Charlton, right? Like so many legends in that team. I can't remember all the names now for some reason.
It wouldn't surprise me if some Man United fans today don't even know who George Best is. Let's be real. Let's be real. Because Bobby Charlton's always in and around the club.
Yeah, the other guy, the Irish guy.
Oh, what, Jack Charlton?
The Irish guy. I'm calling him. Right. Man United's Irish striker.
Oh right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling him. Man United's Irish striker.
Yeah. So it's more of a personal shadow ban rather than a YouTube shadow ban. In terms of like what words you can or can't say, or unless you don't want to say certain words or phrases.
What he's done is just spits in the face of what my charity does.
Yeah, no, that's
It
understandable.
just,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't like trying to repeat on it, because like there's 4 kids that could have been out of his 2 transplants. 4 kids could have been saved. 4 or 2 adults that have done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I told my dad my dad liked a bit of a drink, and sometimes he couldn't cope with me being ill. And I said to him, "You do that, I'll disown you. I'm gonna be there at your bedside. Right? I'll disown you, especially knowing what I've been through." You know what I mean? So I yeah. So for me, like I haven't got much. He's a great footballer, but sorry, I haven't got much respect for him.
No, that's
as
fair
a
enough.
as a person.
That's
Right, yeah, Bill Folks, that's another one. Who survived the crash. Who's the other one? Whelan, yeah. Who's the other one that survived the crash apart from Bobby Jordan? Who played Violet, came back to play. Harry Gregg, Bill Folks. Yeah, Harry Gregg, Bill Folks. Right. It's just a shame, that team, man.
Yeah, Man United are winning this game. They're closing it out. So I got the scoreline right, but
Eddie Coleman's another one.
CR37 trying to win a penalty, trying to ruin. Well, the scoreline's already ruined anyway.
Still, I've got to go. Yeah, and I'm like, you just rest up, man. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, mate. You just
Big up Craig.
Big up Craig, man. Right.
Yeah.
15 seconds to go.
Game's done. The game is done.
Yeah, game's done.
They've not done enough. United have kind of shithoused their way.
Man United. No, to be fair, Man United have won. Man United have won. Have they? The clock's still ticking. Game's done, isn't it?
I mean, that game yesterday where it was like 2-3 minutes over added time. Newcastle Man City was like 5 minutes, and then he blew the whistle.
Go, that's it. Game over. Full time. It's finished. Man United 2, Liverpool 1. Oh, Liverpool are in shit. Do you know what? The way they're going, the way we're going, if the way Chelsea are playing right now, the way Tottenham are playing right now, I think Tottenham will come round. I do think once they get their players integrated into their team, then they'll be dangerous. Right? This is why I wanted to play Spurs early, right? Because I didn't want to give them that chance. Right? We're playing them on the 1st of October, which I think for me is a bit too late. They would have a chance to get a grips in this game, because don't forget there are massive amount of games coming in quick succession. Like after Matchday 4, Matchday 5 is during the week, so you got to think of that. So I will be bringing back fan cams at some point once I feel 100% better. Watchalong highlights will be definitely there, especially for the biggest games. I've got to start doing them as well, because they get released as early access videos. If you want early access, do join up the membership. I think that's on level 2 or higher, which is $4.99 a month. So if you join the membership from a little $4.99 a month, you get access to early access videos, priority shout and comments as member shout outs, which is what you get in level 1. You also get to be part of members only live streams. Once we get enough members in board, we are going to set up our members only live stream. So like you can come on and be part of that, and it'll be like once a month sort of deal. If people haven't seen Sarcasm City TV, if you haven't seen their sports Q&A, it's kind of like that. Kind of like that idea I wanted to copy, because it's quite a good show. So yeah, please do don't become a member, because all the money you donate, right, every penny we get goes to the charity, as you all know. So every little helps, right? So yeah, so and plus you get and like I said, there's great perks there, man. Like the top level, you get to join us on social media, on the channel social media as well. So yeah, so the and being on part of our social media, it also means you might also get a chance to be on like other YouTube shows that we do. So, but like I said, all that is to come once we get the channel going even further. So please, if you haven't joined, please do so. Right, it really is important to me. So please do so. Is right, just hit the subscribe button. Right, that's all. That's all we ask. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Give our content a watch, because every time you watch, you're raising money for charity. Right, you're raising money for charity while watching Football Opinion. Like that's like whether you agree or disagree, you can't knock that. Right, especially when like most other channels, like nearly every other channel you watch with the football content, have great opinions. Don't diss them at all, but like you don't have the charity element to it, which like obviously is a great element to it, because you're doing something that's really just and a good cause. So yeah, and like I said, you get to learn a little bit about liver disease like you've done tonight. So, but yeah, Man United 2, Liverpool 1, man. What did you make of that stuff? Before we wrap up.
Yeah, I mean, it started pretty lively. You know, United were way on top. Liverpool were nowhere. Like their heads were all over the place. Clearly struggling in midfield. I thought Fabinho was injured. I was like, well, it's clear that they rely a lot on Fabinho and not Kante, fucking Thiago in that midfield. They need another number 6, because whatever you think of Keita, I think he's a very good player when he's fit, but you can't rely on him. So, you know, they are really struggling there. Salah, even though he scored today, he was poor. Firmino didn't get the service. You know, he wasn't that bad, but he wasn't anywhere near that good either. Luis Diaz tried, but again, they were doubling up on him. So United just put in a shift today. It wasn't vintage by any means, like scintillating football, total football, anything like that. But what I will say is when we play them in a few weeks' time, and I think it will be
4th
just
September.
before, yeah. So that's before Europa League and all of that, before the fixtures really start piling on, and then League Cup as well. Casemiro coming through the door, maybe Anthony coming through the door. I don't know about Frankie de Jong. It's up in the air. Like
I think Frankie de Jong's not going to happen, but Anthony looks set to be done.
Yeah. So with Anthony and Casemiro, that is frightening. Anthony is thankfully on the other side, but in that game, I would rather like start a Kieran Tierney rather than a Zinchenko, because Zinchenko's a good player, but defensively,
Jesus Christ, look at that. After Man United start to the season, they're now a point behind, above Liverpool in 14th. Liverpool in 16th to the place. With Arsenal at the top.
The table.
Oh, we're winning the league, mate. We're winning the league now, aren't we? Yeah, me, you, Natstar, Lee Gunner, all Arsenal, Arteta out fans are in the mud. We're in, like they're right.
North side as well.
Yeah, all of them. We're all in the mud, man. Get in.
We've got Fulham next week. That's going to be a tough game on the Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, fair play, Man United. Ten Hag did well. So anyone that thought he was a shit manager, he did what he had to do. Yeah, they got one back, but again,
mate, like people that say he's a shit manager, go up and fucking go watch fucking football properly, please.
Yeah, watch the game. Fuck the stats. Watch the game. The eyes don't lie. The eye test is number 1, and then the stats number 2 back up the eye test. That's how football's always been at all levels.
Always worked.
Game. That's how it should be. Simple as that. Look what it means to him. Look what it means to him. I'm not going to tell it, but like I just saw Ten Hag just like, you know, doing all of that,
man.
and all that. It's clear that he cares. It's clear that he wants to do well. And don't get me wrong, I believe Arteta does want to do well.
The thing is, he does. The thing is that like I also see that because if you see that as well, like the way he's reacting there, he knows he's under pressure at Man United from day one. He knows he's putting his career at a big risk managing Man United because if it goes wrong, his career's down the toilet. Yeah, you know.
Ralph can always get him another job, so because he was the one that kind of brought him in before he left or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, like I said, man, he's always like with Klopp, with Ten Hag, like he's in such pressure, and he knows if it goes wrong, it could ruin his career as a manager, which is a shame because he's a quality manager. And to be fair, like if it goes wrong, I wouldn't blame him unless it's an actual tactical, unless he's had all the backing he deserves, and it's actually him and his tactics not working, then fine. But I don't believe it will be. I believe it will be the Glazers stitching them up yet again because they've got people in charge that don't know what they're doing. I said this, right, and I said this at the start as well, right, and I don't know whether you agree with me at the start, right, that fucking channel, TalkSport, was sitting on there this morning, Simon Jordan and Jimmy fucking Twat White, right, was sitting on there, right, Simon Jordan giving it the bollocks about how to run a football club, yet he run Crystal Palace into the fucking ground, right, he loves to preach all to the arse, like every fan base. He is, yeah, mate, he loves to sit there and bitch to every fan, right, of how like football clubs are run, right, and how we should have a go at owners, this, that, and all the other, and whatever, right. He gives it all the bollocks about how football clubs are run, right, and patronise us about how they're done, when he nearly put Crystal Palace out of business and in this administration, right, and then he made them actually non-exist, right. And yet you think you've got the right to tell us how football clubs work, right, and how they're run. Yeah, you're really a good fucking person to learn off, right? Maybe I'll go learn off actually Sheikh Mansour because he actually knows what he's doing, right? If you know what I mean. But anyway, but what I'm trying to say is that they were sitting there and they had on from United stand on, and they've had Mark Goldbridge on there recently as well, so I think they've had some deal with United standard. But anyway, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But he's sitting there trying to give his point about the fact that it's not just the fact they just want Glazers out because they want money chucked at this club, because he realises money's been spent at Man United. But they're not stupid, right, Simon Jordan. They do know they've been spent money at their club. Right? What they're pissed off with is that they're taking dividends out over a performance, over a team that's failing and not performing to its standard, right? And also, even if they are taking dividends out and make profit, they haven't got a problem with them making a profit. But what they've got a problem with is them making a profit while the club is suffering because they've got people in there that are bankers, right, and not football people, and are not making football decisions and don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's why they've got the arsehole of them taking out fucking and making money, right, through the board members who haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. That's why they want the Glazers out. They want the Glazers out so they can get the new owners in, so then they can get the right board people in and get these mugs, who are a bunch of bankers, not football people, out of the football club, right? So then that filters down, so the manager gets backed, he gets the players he wants, the right deals get done, the right players get sold, and the club is actually run properly as a football club, right? And with care by the owner, right? That actually cares and turns up for the games, not by an owner who never turns up and just leaves it in control of Richard Arnold and fucking like whoever else is in charge, who haven't got a fucking clue how to run that football club. Right? That's why they've got the arsehole. It's not the fact that they don't want endless pots of money in this utopia world you keep bollocking on about. Right? So maybe they did just shut the fuck up and listen to fans. Like, because if they did, they might learn something. Like, if you know what I
But they
mean.
never will. They never will. Like you brought up a great point on the Talk Sport, because I'm not big fans of them either, but I've seen some of their stuff. And the one that pisses me off more than even Jim White and Simon Jordan, I mean, Simon Jordan, nearly brought Palace to their... Well, he actually did bring Palace to their knees.
Some of his points are great. But some of his points, like this, are like when he's trying to patronise people how football clubs work, right? And giving them a lecture about Man United, about what they want from the Glaziers, about a utopia world, when actually they just want their club run properly by people that know how to run a football club, not to help the owners get mega rich, right? Don't sit there and patronise them. They're not stupid, right?
It's as simple as that. And then you got like Laura Woodsy, especially from last season, with all of this Arteta loving, with all the other people on Talk Sport and all that, and she got the exclusive with fucking Vinay and Raul when Raul was
Oh
here.
no! Wait, hang on. Hey, what was it with
a few years ago?
What was it with Woodsy? What was it with Laura Woods? She had said the last thing I heard from Laura Woods was she saying is that, oh, but when Nketiah came out with his contract, he got a number 14 shirt, right? And obviously fans are in uproar about it because obviously it's Henry's shirt and he doesn't deserve it, right?
Yeah.
Right. And I've already said, why don't you do what you do with James Franco Zola's number? If you can't find a player that's going to be good enough, retire the number. That's what Chelsea did, right? But what
did Chelsea
she
actually
said was,
retire that number?
Yeah, they did. Chelsea.
Oh, they did.
What she said was, yeah, but we gave Walcott that number, and I went,
Walcott is 10 times the better.
No. That's not. Hold the phone. Here's what I said. He said, even before I said that, I said, right, have you ever heard the comment, Laura, right, that two wrongs don't make a fucking right? He didn't deserve the fucking shirt either. He wasn't that good either. He was better than Nketiah, but he wasn't good enough to wear that fucking shirt either. He wasn't an Aubameyang who actually did deserve to wear the shirt for the amount of goals he did score at his club. Right? He actually earned the shirt and he scored in derbies and this, that, and the other in important games. So he did deserve the shirt, right? Until he was sold, right? But Laura, two wrongs don't make a fucking right. If please tell me you've learnt that comment, because if you have learnt that saying, right, why are you saying fucking Nketiah, right, should get the 14 shirt because Walcott had it once as well?
Because you can't make it any more.
It doesn't make it any less right.
No, it doesn't. You're absolutely right. But this is what I'll say about her, right? She will never slag off the football club, even when they're in the wrong. She will never do it because she has ties and connections with Sky Sports first and foremost, and now with Talk Sport.
Do you remember Ray Parlour when they came after the Super League? Do you remember Ray Parlour after the Super League?
Yeah, 100%. All of them.
He said
Ray Parlour, Martin Keogh.
He said to Ray Parlour said to us, saying that, the corgis aren't that bad. They just made a mistake. We should they've made the mistake. They've apologised. We should give them another chance. And I went, not what, mate? They've helped destroy our club from going one of the fucking most competitive sides in English football, right? With standards of trying to compete for the league to standards of barely making fucking Europa League and not even doing that. And you're telling me that I should be fucking like giving them a chance? I've given them enough fucking chances. They had a chance to fucking keep our players when we first got in. Didn't do it, right? Like this bullshit that they took over, then they got some documentary saying they've only just taken over in 2018. No, when you have bought shares in the club, you could have put money in to save our players. You didn't. You chose not to, right? You chose not to, right? In the end, that's what you did, right? And it's the same hit. It's like, I'm sorry, we went from one of the competing for the league to now barely making Europa, and you're telling me I should back the Cronkies because who have been in charge of that? No, right? And sorry, I know people have a go at AFTV, but big up Robbie on that one for fucking laying it into him about it, because like that's wrong. You're telling me and I loved how he said it. He's like, hang on, but how much did you pay to the Baku final, Ray? Right? How much did you pay for that? Right? Did you get a fight back straight away? Oh yeah, you did. Right? How much did it cost you? Nothing. How much did it cost the average fan? £2,000. And some of them didn't get back until the week after, or even the week after that. Right? And you got the fucking temerity and he never turned up for that final, and you think you've got the temerity to tell them they should back their fucking owner, who's now tried to take their fucking football club away. Fuck off. Fuck off. Right?
It's all about the perks, man, at the football club. Ray
Ian
Parlour,
Wright's,
Bill Woodsy,
Ian Wright's another one.
Ian Wright,
Ian
whoever
Wright's another
else.
one. Ian Wright sitting there saying,
All about
right,
this.
Ian Wright saying that the Kroenkes need to go, but yet he's then sitting there selling their fucking shirts.
Because he's a hypocrite. He will literally.
And he's a great footballer. I loved him as a footballer. I love his character. I love his character. Right? I love his character. Right? And I love him as a footballer. But his opinions on Arsenal, he's hypocritical and bollocks.
That's the
Simple.
thing.
But anyway, look, we're getting ahead of ourselves. But like I said, anyway, the game's finished anyway. I'm shocked that like Liverpool were that poor today. I was expecting a lot better from them. but not taking away anything from Man United. Man United played well in that game, and they did what they had to do. They got the 2 goals. Liverpool got one back, but to be fair, if Liverpool got another one back, I don't think it would have been deserved. I think Man United deserved the 3 points, to be fair, despite Liverpool dominating possession. They did fuck all with it, right? And sometimes, you don't need all the possession in the world to justify you winning a game. It's what you do with the ball that justifies whether you win the game or not. And Man United were more effective with less possession than Liverpool were, right? And for that, Liverpool and Man United deserved that victory. Right, and yeah, my 6-0 prediction for Liverpool was in the mud. There you go. So I've been totally in the mud this week, definitely.
Well, I got the scoreline right. I just got the wrong team because I thought Liverpool would turn up, but I knew Man United would at least score 1, but they scored 2. So again, Klopp needs a serious. He needs to think long and hard about what he's going to do from here on out till the end of the transfer window, and then going on till the rest of this season, up until January. But then you've got the World Cup going on. He has to have a serious conversation with recruitment.
Sorry, because getting a draw against Fulham, that proves to me he could lose to anyone. He could draw or lose to anyone.
Yeah.
Not saying. I'm not saying. And to be fair, I'm not having a go at Liverpool. Fulham, by the way. Fulham have played well so far this season. Not taking anything away from their performance, right? But it does show you that Liverpool are going to struggle to get points at the minute unless they get addressed in the midfield. And I think it's going to be one of those where the fans might have to push it again for the FSG to act and actually spend some money, right? Like they did the last time they had a problem like this. So there you go. We'll wait and see what happens, but we're gonna have to wrap it up there because it's getting late and my sister will be killing us. Nightstar, thanks for coming on as usual.
No problem.
Thanks for everyone. I know there's been loads of people doing Man United watch-alongs, or Liverpool side on the watch-along, so there's not been probably as many as I was maybe hoping, but there will be more Premier League games coming up, not just Arsenal games watch-alongs. There will be Premier League watch-alongs as much as I can do. So next week we've got what have we got for next week, guys? What have we got for next week? Right, next week we've got Southampton Man United is the early kickoff. I won't be doing that. Arsenal Fulham is the Saturday game, so we're doing that one. then it depends on what happens really, because Sunday, 4th is, I could do Tottenham Nottingham Forest, but it would be straight after the F1 to be fair, so I don't think I'd be able to squeeze one in. So I might miss that one. So it would be during a week that'll be a next Premier League watch along, not just Arsenal. So we're playing on Wednesday, 31st of August against Aston Villa. So the 30th of August on the Tuesday, we'll be picking a game to watch on that one, which will either be Crystal Palace Brentford, Fulham Brighton, Leeds Everton, or Wolves Bournemouth. No, sorry, Leeds United Everton, Southampton Chelsea, Crystal Palace Brentford, Fulham Brighton, and you will find out definitely what's going to happen with that show and who are we going to be watching. So make sure and I will be doing a poll so you get to have your say on who you want or what watch-along you want to see. But make sure you hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, and we will see you soon, guys. Bye.